protests that were occurring in this nation. However, it's difficult for the government to work with the people when the people are fighting against the government. Certainly the protests have a positive effect on what the government does and on its intentions, but it's hard for those to come about when people keep dying on both sides. And there has to be, in response to your question as well, there has to be some sort of method imposed in order to stop these deaths from occurring, in order to prevent and promulgate more stability within this particular nation. So we're going to see a little bit more respect. At the very least, if there could be a little bit more respect by the people for the government and at least a little bit less deaths, then this particular model is better than what the status quo is right now, and then we're going to see less conflict. So in conclusion, Madam Speaker, we see first that Syria does require long-term stability, but that this particular suppression of a symptom that is occurring in this nation is a viable solution that will lead to long-term methodologies to solve this problem. As a result, we ask this House to pass the motion before it today.
Speech now, I'd like to call for Leader of Opposition, good speech in Syria.
Y'all ready? I'm not. So, we heard several interesting points from opening government about the problem in Syria. And I would like to just point out that this House believes that a no-fly zone over Syria would ultimately reduce their visibility on the international scale and ultimately cause more problems for the Syrian people in the long run. So what the opening opposition is going to do, what I plan to do as a leader of the opposition today is to first provide a few points of refutation against the opening government and provide a few new points on the opposition side. So moving on to the first point that they state that the protests in Syria is causing internal strife, that the government is attacking their people and this is a bad thing, people are dying, and yes, we agree that this is a bad thing, but how do you promote change without upsetting people? The only way that change occurs is if you upset enough people. You can see this in Rwanda. You can see this in Syria, Sierra Leone. You can see this in many areas. Only when people's livelihoods are in danger and in legitimate danger for the world to see, will the world actually act upon it. So when he states that, this is internal strife, yes, this is internal strife. This internal strife is a good thing because ultimately this is going to lead to change for Syria, yes.
Thank you, Mr.